Capture everything you've ever seen of Jesus and Mary. Now burn it. Because the earliest Christian paintings showed them as black, with dark skin and woolly hair. That's not a theory, it's in the Roman catacombs. So if Jesus was black, why did Europe repaint him white? And how did we end up worshipping a blue-eyed stranger? This is why they painted Mary and Jesus black. And you're about to see receipts the church tried to erase. Deep under the streets of Rome, ancient tunnels hide secrets the church can't erase. The Catacomb of Priscilla, catalogued by archaeologists as early as the 16th century, holds the oldest known Christian frescoes. Here in the so-called Greek chapel, a painted Mary nurses her child. Look close, the skin isn't ghostly white. It's earth-toned, brown, nothing like the pale faces from stained glass windows. Next to her, the Good Shepherd, Jesus himself, stands with hair that's tight and dark, skin shaded deep ochre, not the blonde curls and porcelain cheeks from Renaissance paintings. These images are dated to the 3rd century, confirmed by pigment analysis and official excavation logs. They weren't painted for tourists. They were painted for a community that looked like the world around them. African, Middle Eastern, Mediterranean. As Dr. Richard Carrier puts it, the first Christians painted Jesus as a black man. The whitewashing came later. That's not speculation. That's catalogue number 12,362, Priscilla Catacomb, Rome, archaeological fact. By the Middle Ages, black Madonnas weren't hiding in dusty corners. They were the main event. Pilgrims crossed mountains and kingdoms just to see them. Chartres Cathedral in France, not just stained glass. People lined up for the Black Madonna statue called La Noire, believed to heal the sick and protect the city. Miracle books from the 13th century straight up list her darkness as part of the magic. In Spain, Montserrat's La Moreneta sits above the clouds, her black skin called a blessing, her shrine packed with miracle claims and royal visitors. Over in Poland, the Black Madonna of Częstochowa watched armies fall and queens kneel. Medieval guides bragged about her scars and her dark face, like battle trophies. Rocamadour in France, knights and peasants both climbed the cliffs to touch her feet, hoping for a miracle. By the numbers, there are over 500 Black Madonna icons across Europe. Miracle logs, dusty and handwritten, don't just mention the darkness, they celebrate it. These shrines weren't side notes, they were the heart of faith. Proof that black imagery wasn't just accepted, it was worshipped. Orders didn't just come from heaven, they came from bishops, kings, and rich families with gold to burn and an image to protect. In the 16th and 17th centuries, church patrons sent out quiet instructions: make Mary and Jesus look more European. Workshop letters from France and Spain tell artists to refresh icons, sometimes with new, lighter skin. Conservation labs today crack open those layers, literally. Infrared scans from Chartres and Montserrat show brown and black paint underneath, pale flesh on top. That's not age, that's a cover-up. Restoration logs from Poland's Częstochowa list each repaint, each chemical scrub. No smoking gun memo says make her white, but the receipts are in the paint, layer after layer, burial after burial. Meanwhile, print shops in Northern Europe start pumping out images of a blue-eyed, blonde Jesus. That's not a miracle. That's a marketing campaign. The old faces get erased, one brushstroke at a time, because the people in power wanted a god that looked like them. Why else would you paint over a miracle? Let's break out the receipts. because geography isn't lying for anybody. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, raised in Galilee, right in the thick of the Middle East, surrounded by folks whose skin ranged from brown to deep brown, not a single blonde curl in sight. People love to say olive skin, but let's get real. First-century Galileans were living in a crossroads of Africa and Asia. The Bible itself drops hints. Moses married an Ethiopian woman, Solomon had ties to the Queen of Sheba, and when Jesus couldn't carry his cross, it was Simon of Cyrene, a brother from Libya, who stepped up. You think the Romans picked Simon out of the crowd because he looked different, or because he blended right in? Ethiopian Christians trace their roots straight to Solomon, and their ancient churches still paint Jesus with black features. Even the book of Revelation describes hair like wool and feet like burnished bronze. That's not olive, that's black. So next time someone tries to hit you with the "he was probably tan" line, hit them back with the facts. Jesus and his people were rooted in Africa, and blackness was never an accident. Bold, red, burn. Crack open the vaults. Here come the receipts. Restoration labs from France to Spain dropped the pigment scans and X-ray shots. Montserrat's La Moreneta, Chartres' Notre-Dame du Pilier, Rocamadour, Czestochowa, everyone with forensic files. FTIR and Raman scans, stamped 1998. Catalonia 2006 Chartres, 2016 Warsaw, show black and brown layers, soot, and original dark pigments under every touch-up. Conservation logs list sample dates, chemical tests, even the names of the scientists. No Soviet photo dump, but the real heat is in these restoration records, official, signed, and filed. 400 black Madonnas still standing. That's not rumor, that's the archive. Now it's our turn to flip the script. Black artists are painting Mary and Jesus dark again, loud and proud. Community leaders demand, keep the icons black. If they could erase us with a brush, what's stopping us from reclaiming the whole canvas? Bold, red, burn. In the catacombs of Priscilla, frescoes from the 3rd century show Mary and Jesus with dark skin, a fact supported by archaeological catalogues and pigment analysis. Hundreds of black Madonna statues and icons were created and venerated across Europe, as documented in medieval pilgrimage records from Chartres to Czestochowa. Yet, from the 16th century onward, patron letters and art conservation reports reveal a shift. Artists were commissioned to repaint Mary and Jesus with pale skin, and the blonde, blue-eyed Jesus appeared in Northern European prints. The Bible itself places Jesus in Galilee, a region historically home to people with dark complexions. Despite this, many original images remain lost or altered, and some records are still inaccessible. Today, black Madonnas still stand in major cathedrals, and community groups insist their story be told. The historical record is clear. Black images of Mary and Jesus were once central to Christian tradition. Erasure happened by design, proof that history can be rewritten, but not erased.